Coming up next on this edition of In the City, see how one Murfreesboro couple spreads cheer and hope during the crisis. Also, a local retailer donates their entire inventory to the CHOW bus. Plus, public safety departments have changed their protocols during this pandemic. And one of the last weeks before Murfreesboro City schools were closed, they had a concert at World Outreach Church. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. We strive every month to bring you the best of what's happening in Murfreesboro, and this month is no different. You may have noticed we've changed things up a bit in our programming. The stories you'll see today were produced abiding by the current guidelines at the time, which can change daily. I'm Michael Linn White, and we hope you enjoyed this edition of In the City. For many, the COVID-19 crisis has caused stress and sadness. For this downtown Murfreesboro couple, their cheerful home is spreading smiles and hope that better days are coming. Bill and Pat Casey always love decorating for the holidays, and while the COVID-19 crisis is by no means a holiday, they hope these colorful lights will brighten someone's day.
A lot of folks in Murfreesboro may not know our names, but they know the house.
Bill Stieber and Pat Casey daily get literally thousands of visitors at their home for Halloween and Christmas.
Christmas time, we're often in the Daily News Journal and various things about, on the home tour for Christmas lights. So we kind of tend to overdo it.
Little did they know that this year those same lights would mean something much different just a few months later. Between traveling and lots of rain, they didn't get around to taking them down, and now they're glad they didn't.
I never got around to taking them off the house, so I'm just going to plug them back in, and our neighbors are already used to us being over the top about everything.
Lots of people, not just the neighbors, also seem to be enjoying this out-of-season display.
We have people drive by and honk that they're glad to see the lights on again. It's really fun. People stop and talk to us from their cars.
Right. Bill and Pat say they are amazed at how something so small could mean something bigger.
Everybody's looking for something positive, and so every little bit, it's amazing how just a small gesture, people really respond, to anything that's positive right now, because there's so much that's negative.
People around the world are struggling and trying their best to cope with the new normal. Bill and Pat tell us they are already seeing good emerging from the crisis.
I'm hoping that this is going to bring a new sense of community.
I think it has.
It really already has. People already reaching out, helping neighbors in any way you can, people checking on folks.
Since these lights are already up past their time, they plan on it staying that way for a little while longer.
I'm just going to plan on doing it until we're no longer kind of in lockdown.
Bill and Pat, both longtime photographers, have worked with light their entire careers. But this time they hope their light offers more than something pretty to look at, even though they like that too.
This is something that we can offer to the community, is to provide light, and with it maybe some sort of hope that this cheeriness will help today and bring on tomorrow, a better tomorrow.
The lights in the trees will have to come down soon as things begin to bloom, but all the others will continue to shine. If you want to come check out Bill and Pat's lights, they live right off of Main Street on Highland Avenue. I'm Michael Linn White, CityTV. The CHOW bus serves hundreds of free meals to kids every week. For the Easter holiday, each child walked away with baskets and bags filled with goodies donated from a local store who didn't want their holiday inventory to go to waste. The Murfreesboro City Schools CHOW bus was already passing out food for the weekend through their backpack program. Then a generous donation came through just in time for the Easter holiday.
World Market, like a lot of the retailers, had to really shut their doors during this time, and they had all this Easter candy, and they were so gracious to us and actually gave us everything they had off of their shelves.
With current guidelines in place and volunteer help limited, City Schools Communication Director Lisa Trail enlists the help of her daughter who is home from college. The two of them spent days getting the surprise ready.
We are packing a lot of Easter baskets to put on the CHOW bus for our young students in need. Typically we would have a lot of volunteers out here, but during this crisis we only have a couple, and since I'm home from school, my mom and I are mainly taking on this task load.
Trail says the number of kids being fed rises weekly. City Schools Nutrition Department continues to do amazing work keeping up with the challenge, and they are thrilled to have these Easter goodies for kids for the first time ever.
A ladybug chocolate.
We're just trying to make sure that our kiddos have a really special treat right before Easter.
The CHOW bus handed out Easter baskets and bags until they were all gone. The bus continues to run Monday through Friday. For a complete list of feeding sites, go to cityschools.net. In Murfreesboro for CityTV, Michael Linn White. The Murfreesboro Police and Fire Rescue Departments are on the front lines of this pandemic. Here's what they're doing to keep themselves and the public safe.
With everybody taking precautions because of the coronavirus, we wanted to talk to the first responders and see what the new normal has become.
We actually went and we took some of the responses and we've scaled back to where if we go on a person with shortness of breath or respiratory distress, we're taking all the precautions going in at that point in time. If the call comes in as flu-like symptoms, we've kind of limited some of our responses to that. We're not withholding, and we're still making all the calls that we're needed on at this point in time.
We have changed slightly the way we respond to calls and the calls that we actually respond to. That doesn't mean we don't respond to the calls. It just means that we're taking a lot more non-emergency calls for crimes or incidents that have occurred already over the telephone.
We have the masks, the shields, the gowns, and things like that as a protection for our people, but it protects the people that we're servicing in turn.
All of our officers on patrol are issued 2 N95 respirator masks. They all have eye protection, and everybody has nitrile gloves.
This is what our folks are going to be wearing. We do have face shields. These have been supplied through TEMA. I don't have a gown with me right now, but we do have the gowns that some of our people are wearing, and we do have the full Tyvek suits. Those are for a confirmed case or something.
A very important part of these need for assistant calls is getting the proper information from the caller. And that's where Murfreesboro's Communication Center comes in with their hardworking telecommunicators.
One of our key roles as a communication center is the safety of our officers and firefighters. Usually that's weapons, intoxicants, but this new situation, environment with COVID-19, that's just one additional consideration we're considering as officer or firefighter safety on the scene.
Any call that comes in, whether it be police or fire call, we're asking that caller if anybody's been experiencing any flu-like symptoms. And if it's a police call and they are, we're trying to get them to step outside the residence to talk to the officers or handle it over the phone if possible.
What we're asking our officers to do is to slow down a little bit when they arrive, assess the situation, and see if they can't conduct more business outside.
This is some disinfectant stuff that we're using for our equipment and things like that after use. So anytime we use any of this equipment and things, our people, they are going through and they're disinfecting the equipment. So we don't want anybody to worry about us using contaminated equipment or anything like that on them, because it is cleaned after every use. It's been a struggle with some of the supplies and stuff, and some of our people got a little nervous about maybe we were going to run out or something. So some of the supplies we're actually working from was purchased during the Ebola scare. So we had some of that stuff as a surplus from then, and it worked in our favor because you cannot get it anywhere right now. It is really a struggle for all medical care providers.
We still respond to the emergency calls in progress. If you have an emergency that requires immediate police intervention, we're going to be there. We're going to be inside your house making things safe.
Right now we're doing a lot of research with that, reading and things like that, is so we can keep our people informed. Because I think by them being educated what they're looking for, it's kind of peace of mind for them, but it's protection. I mean, that's been our goal from the start, is just to protect our people as well as the people that we're serving.
Music departments from all Murfreesboro City schools gathered at World Outreach for a concert, and one of the last times kids were together before schools closed.
Every spring during Music in Our Schools Month, the Murfreesboro City Schools holds a music festival, and this time they took the program out into the community to World Outreach Church. More than 300 students participated in this amazing night of fun, all with the sole purpose of celebrating music.
We've been doing it for at least the last 7 years, I believe, and every year it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger as we've added more, and we've gotten better and better as we've went through too. So this is definitely the biggest one we've ever had, and this is the first time we've been off of Murfreesboro City Schools property as well. In the past, we've done the music festival in one of the schools, and this year we wanted to have as many students participate as possible. So we have almost 400 students today, which is a new record for Murfreesboro City Schools, and thank you to World Outreach Church for letting us use this venue so they could make that possible.
Hundreds of students coming to play and perform isn't a small accomplishment. It takes time, a lot of effort, and a desire to succeed, both on the part of the students and their teachers.
Every school in Murfreesboro City is represented in some way. We have singers from every school. We have some schools that have 60, some schools that have 7, so everybody's represented a little bit differently, but everyone is represented. And then Northfield also has their drumming ensemble that will be performing by themselves and with the choir. And then Still to Borough, which is from Scales Elementary, they'll be performing by themselves and with the choir as well. Each school practices individually, and today is the only day they've all been together. So they've really only had about 2 hours of rehearsal together, and then we do the concert.
It's something special. It's not a talent that everybody possesses, and you have to really know how to do it in order to do it. It's more challenging than other things I've done before. I've never really sung things in different languages for an audience this big.
I grew up in a musical family, and I really enjoy doing music and singing. That's like the same with a lot of these people. We come here to have fun and make friends and just make music, and it's been a really good day.
A lot of the songs we have tonight are fun, but some of them are very serious and very pretty, and to teach the kids to appreciate all different types of music and really grow that love for music at this young age.
For Murfreesboro City Schools, music is not just part of the curriculum, it's the foundation to build a lifelong love of performance that hopefully goes far beyond grade school.
The Child Advocacy Center provides vital services to the community, keeping children safe. This year, instead of their annual fundraising walk around downtown, they are finding new ways to engage the community, all in the name of child abuse prevention awareness. The Child Advocacy Center's Hometown Heroes Walk happens every year in April for Child Abuse Prevention Month. But this year, things are being done a little different.
With everyone staying at home, we're doing a new thing. We are asking everyone to wear child abuse blue, which is the color that I'm wearing right now, and to post pictures on social media with the hashtag StopChildAbuseTN.
Along with wearing blue, you can also show support by displaying the national symbol for child abuse prevention, a blue pinwheel.
We are asking people to either plant pinwheels in their yard or to go online on our website, on our Facebook page, and get a copy of the pinwheel and get your children to color it and post it in your window this year.
The Child Advocacy Center is a nonprofit agency that works as a team with law enforcement, the Department of Children's Services, and the District Attorney's Office. They rely on grants and donations to keep their vital services available.
Even though the walk was supposed to be this Friday, Friday is not the only day that you can help the Children's Advocacy Center. There will always be a way that you can donate, either on Facebook, or if you wish to make a check, we'll certainly make the address available.
And while the actual walk isn't happening this year, these agencies are still working tirelessly every day to keep children in our community safe.
It's unfortunate that we didn't get to do the walk this year. It's a fun event. One of our detectives DJs for it, and it's just a really fun event. They call it Hometown Hero Walk, the Heroes Walk, but in my opinion, it's more for the kids.
For more information on the Child Advocacy Center, including how to donate, go to cacrutherford.org. For CityTV, I'm Michael Linn White. The Tennessee Army National Guard decided to highlight organizations doing outstanding things during the COVID-19 crisis by giving out awards. Murfreesboro City Schools' CHOW bus program receives the first ever volunteer award for their dedicated work feeding kids in Murfreesboro. Since the moment Murfreesboro City Schools let out for the COVID-19 crisis, the CHOW bus has been hard at work delivering meals to kids, and their dedication hasn't gone unnoticed.
I'm here today presenting an award.
For the first time, the Tennessee National Guard presented the Volunteer Award to the CHOW bus. Because of social distancing, the ceremony was small, but City Schools Nutrition Director Sandy Sheely tells us she is thrilled to receive this honor on behalf of her amazing staff.
This is just not me. This is the whole nutrition department. I have a group of people that are absolutely amazing who are putting themselves out there every day to ensure our children are receiving meals.
The CHOW bus delivers thousands of meals to children each week, and while the goal is to make sure no child goes hungry, Sheely tells us she can't wait to share this award with those who are out and about every day making this program possible.
It is such an honor, and when I share this with them, they are going to be thrilled.
The CHOW bus is a USDA-funded program that runs Monday through Friday and will continue throughout the summer. Reporting for CityTV, Michael Linn White. The Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce is working hard to be available for local businesses during this trying time.
So a lot that's going on behind the scenes is that our team is very specifically targeting all of our members by phone calls and emails saying, hey, we're here. Let us know what we can do. But we're also giving them resources, the valuable resources that we're providing through our emails, our weekly emails that we send out, so folks can quickly find it and then get to what they need to do to make their business sustain. Some of the things that we are doing, of course, our in-person trainings are on hold, as you can imagine. But we are offering our members free Dale Carnegie seminars or sessions. In addition, we're hosting our training Thursdays, every Thursday at 1:30 on Facebook Live, where our business experts from around this community are coming in to answer questions on Facebook Live. So it's a great way for people to stay connected with each other, ask questions, because if you ask that question, somebody else may be thinking it and they just may not put it out there. But ask the questions. Let us find those answers, or let us show you what opportunities are out there. So check into the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, like us, go back and you can view all the past lives that we've done, so you can get that information as well. But we are really focusing on supporting our small businesses through initiatives such as Takeout Tuesday. And every Tuesday we're encouraging our members in our community, the public, to post pictures whenever they go out and do takeout. One of the things that your chamber is doing, the membership team specifically, is we are calling our members, and we're kind of calling them our care calls, whether it be email or actual phone calls. It's been so neat to have conversation with them. They're so excited to hear from us. We just want our members and our community to know that we do care. We are in this together. There will be a new day. We're trying to get to the new normal of what this looks like, but we want them to know that we really do care about them. And please reach out to us. You can visit our website at www.rutherfordchamber.org. There's a staff directory there. There's also a directory of all of our member businesses, and we want you to visit them. Visit us on Facebook, and we'll be sharing information as it comes available. Thank you guys so much, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Miracle League ball players hope to still get out on the Miracle Field to play this year. Until then, Mr. Thomas gives practice tips to do at home.
Hi, I'm Mr. Thomas, and I'm here at the Miracle Field of Murfreesboro to welcome you to our spring season. While we know we're not able to start this weekend, we hope to be starting real soon. And in the meantime, while you're staying at home social distancing, there are several things that you can do to help you. And I brought Homer out today to help us show some things that we can do at home. While we're at home social distancing, there are several things that we can do to get ready for the baseball season. One of the things that you can do is throwing and catching. Playing catch is a great activity to do with your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, anyone within your family that can play with you. Homer likes to throw the ball and catch the ball. Homer's working on his catching every day. Running is another great activity that you can do to practice at home. Homer loves to run the bases here at the Miracle Field. The bases are 60 feet apart. That's about 20 big steps for Mom and Dad to take to mark that distance. Practice running that 60 feet. When practicing your hitting, Getting that swing down is really important, so practice your swing with no tee, no ball. Just practice swinging the bat and getting a good smooth swing, just like Homer. If you have a tee at home, hitting off the tee is another great way to practice your batting. Using soft rubber balls that don't go very far is a great way to practice your hitting off the tee at home. If you don't have a tee, you can improvise with a box. Homer here has a box that's maybe a little too short, but he's still able to hit the ball off the tee. And of course, Mom and Dad can pitch. Pitching to you whenever you're ready for that is a great way to stay in touch. Remember to watch the windows. And just like Homer, I hope you guys will continue to get ready for opening day of the Miracle Field season. While we're all following the CDC guidelines and practicing good social distancing, we hope to be back here at the Miracle Field very soon. So on behalf of myself, Homer, and the entire Miracle Field gang, we say stay safe and see you soon.
When a Murfreesboro police sergeant looked for ways to get face masks to her officers, she had an idea to use material from surplus uniforms. See how one local family jumped at the chance to help and give back to the community. Sergeant Amy Denton of Murfreesboro Police Department knew her officers needed face masks. She saw people on social media making them at home, but were having trouble finding fabric. That's when she got an idea.
The thought hit that we have surplus uniforms that were basically waiting for disposal. So we went through and basically salvaged the fabric from those.
Since the police department doesn't stop, Sergeant Denton needed a way to get masks to the officers as soon as possible.
Reached out to some community people that are attached to the police department or that had reached out to us asking what they could do to help, and asked if they had time to basically quickly take those uniforms and make them into masks.
That's where veteran Stephanie Marvin Miller jumped at the chance to help.
I've made 51 masks for the Murfreesboro Police Department, and I really enjoyed doing it. It was a group effort with my mom, my stepdad, my sister, and my husband, and we've been spending the last 4 days at this table making all of these masks.
Marvin Miller loves the idea that these masks not only protect but give new life to something that could no longer be used.
It made them very uniform. It sort of gave those discarded uniforms a new purpose, and it was something that the officers work with on a daily basis.
Sergeant Denton plans to give out over 100 masks to patrol officers right away.
They match their uniforms, so they'll still be professional looking with a face covering that goes with the Centers for Disease Control current guidelines.
Marvin Miller and her family say they are just happy to use this extra time on their hands for something good.
I love giving back. It's just something that you should do when you can, is give back, because it only makes your community stronger.
Visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov for the latest COVID-19 information. In Murfreesboro for CityTV, Michael Linn White. With so many in our community in need, World Outreach Church hosted a drive-through grocery giveaway, donating food for hundreds of families.
Meat is all in here?
It seems these days things around us change constantly, so much uncertainty and many in need.
We just barely can get out, and with the whole jobs stopping for now, it's just been kind of difficult getting groceries and be able to provide meals for the family.
On this sunny morning at World Outreach Church, they aren't just feeding souls, they're feeding families.
We're here to hand out, just basically a hand up. You know, a lot of people, there's no one that's not been affected by COVID.
Feed America First partnered with World Outreach to give away free groceries like meat and non-perishable items, and folks lined up early. Over 250 cars came through in the first hour.
They have collected for 2 weeks to be able to do a lot of non-perishable food, which is the first area that we give away up here. And so it's just be able to come out here and hand out food to 500 families.
Feed America First has served in Murfreesboro for over 20 years, but this situation is new, so they're trying to help in any way they can.
We've been able to do this with hurricane relief and tornado relief and things like that, but this is kind of new with COVID. This has affected so many people with losing jobs or being laid off or furloughed or whatever it may be.
Volunteers didn't just give out food, they offered words of encouragement, smiles, and prayer.
Just praying God's provision and protection over them and letting them know that they're not alone during this time.
Even though many stories from some of the families were sad, we asked why everyone seemed so happy to be involved.
Have a great day!
The answer was simple.
Because we can, and we are so grateful that God has allowed us to be a part of this work.
For more information on upcoming events like this, go to the Feed America First Facebook page. In Murfreesboro for CityTV, I'm Michael Linn White. In April, Mayor Shane McFarland read a proclamation during Telecommunicators Week thanking them for their hard work and tireless hours dedicated to their job.
I want to make sure and let our residents know when you call in requesting fire or police help, the first line of defense that we have is our telecommunicators. They're that calming voice that you listen to or that tells you what you need to do, what you need to be able to do for your family, and I want to let them know from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate what you do for our community. You are the absolute best that we have. You direct, you disclose, and you make sure that our residents are safe.
Later in the month, Murfreesboro Emergency Communications Center announced the Telecommunicator of the Year. Murfreesboro Emergency Communications Center Communications Supervisor Tiffany Matthews and Communications Training Officer Brady Lutton have been named Co-Public Safety Telecommunicator of the Year for their hard work and selfless actions. Matthews regularly volunteers to take on additional tasks just so others don't get burned out. She stays over regular working hours and comes in on her days off to assist with short shifts. Matthews began her career in 2011 and became a communications training officer in August 2014. In August 2018, Matthews was promoted to supervisor and is currently one of the evening shift supervisors, the busiest shift in the communications center. Lutton's demeanor is always calm over the radio, no matter how serious the incident. Lutton is a 2-year employee with the Emergency Communications Center. He received the Jerry Anderson Hero Award from the Murfreesboro Chapter NAACP earlier this year. He was also nominated for the Association of Public Safety Communications Officials International Telecommunicator of the Year Award. Each year, Murfreesboro City Schools participates in an art show where artwork from each grade is hung in City Hall's rotunda. There are grade-level competitions, and this year's art teachers Dee Dee Potter and Sasha Burnett hosted a virtual art show and announced the winners of Best in Show and Best School.
Each year, Murfreesboro Art Committee chooses one picture that will hang up here in City Hall for the entire year. It will hang in the mayor's office. We'd like to announce that now. Luke G. at Mitchell Nelson School. Congratulations, Luke. Congratulations. Awesome job. Your painting will hang up in the mayor's office for everyone to enjoy for a while.
All right, so now we are going to announce the winner for Best School. This is a hard decision. All of the art teachers have their own styles. There's lots of different types of artwork up here, but the best school this year, drum roll please, is Siegel Elementary. Yay!
The Tennessee Aeronautics Commission and TDOT Aeronautics Division recognized Murfreesboro Municipal Airport with the 2019 Governing Body of the Year. The airport demonstrated the best level of achievement for airport operations, customer service, safety, and positive promotion of aviation in the state of Tennessee. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro, any of the stories you've seen here, or for the latest COVID-19 updates, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. From everyone here at the City of Murfreesboro, we hope you're staying safe and healthy. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.